What up, world? And we in step 3 of the series Boaz foreshadows Jesus, not your baby daddy, not your future husband, not your son that you raised the right way, not your good brother who always was good and is faithful to his wife. It foreshadows step Jesus 3 Christ. And what it takes, what Boaz was, is you must be willing. Remember in step 1 and in the intro, actually, we talked about the fact that you had an obligation as a near kinsman, as a kinsman redeemer, right? The obligation is the thing that everybody was sent off when they thought that they were supposed to go search for a Boaz. They forgot about the obligation of Boaz. The willingness then is, of course, to Boaz had the means, had the money to deal with Ruth. But the thing that most people don't know, because they never actually read the story, is that there was a kinsman that was nearer or more near to Ruth than Boaz was. And he had to actually set the meeting up to talk to that man first, because according to the law, that man has to run it first. And if that man would have been like, oh, no, Ruth is fly, G, no, I need her. And he would have went unto her and he would have raised up seed and it would have been dead for Boaz, right? And if that near kinsman would have had less money than Boaz, Ruth would have just had to deal with it. This is orchestrated by the Lord because this is for a purpose, you understand? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read. Pick it up at Ruth chapter 4 and pick it up from the top, man. Verse 1, man. Mr. Illustrious Reader, when you get that, read it. Read that, bruh.
Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat him down there, and behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, O such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, Sit ye down here. And they sat down.
Because 10 elders is what you needed in order to make a transaction. Read.
And he said unto the kinsman,
What'd he say?
Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's.
Which was our brother Elimelech's, which is actually Naomi's dead husband's father, was their brother. Read.
And I thought to advertise thee, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it beside thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it.
And we have a classic case here. He is a near kinsman. Step 2, he has the resources. Right, obviously, right, because he says, I'll redeem it. Right, because remember, this story, even with Ruth, this story is socioeconomic. So we talking about the land right now. And he said, yeah, I'll redeem it. Then what? Read.
Then said Boaz,
What'd he say?
What day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
Remember, that's what we read in Leviticus 25. That's the whole point of these whole proceedings. It's about the land, but if it's some person attached to the land and that person doesn't have seed, it's your responsibility. Read.
And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance.
True. Read.
Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing, for to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Boy,
how times change. Pluck off your shoe and give it to me, and then walk away and I keep it. Not 2017, not 2018, not 2019. Read.
Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz,
What'd he say?
Buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders,
What'd he say?
And unto all the people, Ye are witnesses this day,
bear witness,
that I was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilions and Malons of the hand of Naomi.
Turn up.
Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Malon,
what about her?
have I purchased to be my wife.
Turn up.
To raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day.
I wonder how many ladies is cool with the fact that he have Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, has he purchased to be his wife. He's sending them off to go be with Boaz, but Boaz purchased Ruth. I'm just saying, we reading the Bible here, bruh. Read. Sis.
And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said,
what did they say?
We are witnesses.
True.
The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah.
Turn up.
Which two did build the house of Israel.
Yeah.
And do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem.
Boy, so almost like they prophesied to the man, because we said in part 1 who they kids was. Read.
And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman.
Amen.
So Boaz took Ruth,
and
she was his wife. And when he went in unto her,
what happened?
The Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son.
Well, all right.
And the women said unto Naomi,
what they say?
Blessed be the Lord, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel.
In Israel.
And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life.
You know what? That's enough. Okay, we read that. Now, finish reading that. You want to find out where King David come from. So, on a side note, you cannot compare Ruth and Boaz to any contemporary relationship in the last 2,000 years. Based on what we just read, is because Ruth is not here just looking for a man, right? Ruth is not here just trying to find somebody to marry, somebody she gonna spend the rest of her life with, somebody she can be in love with, somebody she can grow old with. Ruth is here because of this law. That's why she's there, because that's what is supposed to happen in Israel. That's the provision that the Lord made for widows. That's why she's there. Reason. Because she's a widow. And that's the provision the Lord made. She looking for a man. Okay, fine. But not just any man. She looking for a relative of her dead. She hoping to bump into a relative of her dead husband so she can marry him. Quick question, ladies. All of the lovely ladies out there, y'all so beautiful in Israel. I agree. Now, quick question though. How many of you beautiful sisters being married to a man and the man died for whatever reason and you found yourself destitute will go back to where that man is from and specifically look for one of his relatives in order that that relative could get you pregnant and you could raise up seed to your dead, his inheritance can be kept in Israel? Could you do it? Because that's what we're talking about here. No comparison. Now back to Boaz. Let's go to John chapter 10. We want to read a couple verses because Jesus actually laid down his life for our redemption. Right? John chapter 10. Let's read verse 11. Read it.
I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. True
that. The good shepherd give his life for the sheep. Now skip down to verse 18 and read that. Come on.
No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself.
Yes.
I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father.
No man taketh my life from me, I lay it down. Right, so next time they having that debate, who killed Jesus? Did the Jews kill Jesus? Did the Romans kill Jesus? He just said he laid down his life. So try again, sucker MC. Jesus is the only person who was our relative, possessed the means, and was willing out of his love for us, because we know God is love, to be our kinsman redeemer. That's right. Jesus Christ, your kinsman redeemer. Jesus is Boaz. And that's it. He the only one spiritual Boaz. If you want another Boaz, you better name your son Boaz. Study the Bible, not the sermon. I am the locksmith. Knowledge is still the key. Kinsman redeemer. Boaz. Done. 1.